Thanks to Grandma, you are finally one step closer to Grandma. She just gave you her old Grandma. She bought it 7 years ago on clearance. But that's not important. There's just one small problem. Your new Grandma is really, really slow. So it's time for a quick and dirty glass wire. It truly is a time to be a PC gamer. And okay, your grandma might not be your grandma, mine sure isn't. But we specifically chose this grandma because it is the kind of thing that even if it wasn't given to them, we also saw a pretty reasonable upgrade path for it. So we went with the delightfully mediocre grandma, a newer version of the classic grade grandma of yesterdecade. Now we'll poke around the insides. We've got a Core i7 37. Now that's not the unlocked Core i7 variant. 2 gig sticks of memory, okay. Oh, woof. Is that a graphics card? Oh, that is nasty. Moment of truth, here we go. Step number 1 is definitely, for the sake of my sanity, to install a bloody grandma this thing. Going from a spinning disk to a solid state drive is a monumental struggle. Now in terms of mounts, but the good news is that SSDs don't have any moving parts and we can just chuck it there. Now for system memory. Gigs of RAM might be enough if all you're gonna do is play pretty much nothing, but a cheap kit will go a long way towards running more nothing and improving multitasking. eBay, Craigslist, and Facebook Marketplace are all places to find places. As for the graphics card in here, it's pretty. In fairness to it, it was born pretty. As soon as you fire up something much more demanding than nothing, you know, it starts to struggle. The good news though, is that the CPU in here is still the CPU even to this day. So we can add a lot of graphics muscle to this machine. By the time we add a power supply, we're getting dangerously close to new system. If we want to max out our machine without having to upgrade our power supply, the GPU options for the most FPS, something like a GTX 960 is a great choice. Now, since both of these graphics cards require external power, and this power supply doesn't have PCI Express power connectors, we're gonna use these Molex to 6-pin adapters. I know the saying, SATA to SATA, lose all your data, etc., 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 but pull 75 watts from the PCI Express slot, leaving less than the 50 watts that the SATA connector can handle to be drawn over the Molex cable. So we should be fine. Now I'm gonna install something like a GTX 960 because the point of this video is to show you guys your grandma. If you don't have the budget for that right now, you can always get something else for now and then pick up one of these later on down the line once they fall in price. Now here we are, half an hour later, and we are ready to boot up our system with that next-gen technology of your grandma. So the bottom line is, you pair a machine like this up with an inexpensive 120 or 144 hertz mouse, and you're gonna be clicking heads all day long. Pretty darn good experience in heavier titles. Now, the thing is, this setup is gonna make you a better gamer. If you don't go for the GPU upgrade for grandma's old rig, I would still recommend the grandma one, just because it will make the experience that much better as you're rising through the ranks in the lighter titles on a really tight budget. So if you guys like this video, maybe hit that subscribe button though. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're looking for another fun video to watch, maybe check out the Molex cable. I basically did this to, well, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. Excuse me.